Ladies and gentlemen, let's just calm down on all the hype. All the hype off of training camp. I know there's a lot of Sam Ehlinger fans. Hey, I'm a Sam Ehlinger fan myself. I made a video a while back and I said, who would you prefer, Sam Ehlinger or Jacob Eason? And I said Sam Ehlinger because he's more of a mobile quarterback and I think he's a good leader as well. But when you look at the arm strength of Jacob Eason, I am going to go with Jacob Eason to be QB number one until Carson Wentz returns. And I only say that because this is no knock on, this is no knock on Sam Ehlinger. We know how good he's been looking in this training camp. Hey, some people say he's had a way better camp than Eason's. But if you compare the numbers, of course, he's going to win in that vote. But I think if you take it by play and ability, I think it's going to be Jacob Eason just off of that ability alone. Just because he has the arm strength and the height, I think he can get it done until Carson Wentz returns. Now, when you look at Ehlinger and you look at the game plan that's going to be going down until Wentz returns, it's going to be, dink and dunk and survive. Of course, that most people like to say Jacob Eason didn't force a lot of passes deep when it's there. And that's not the game plan in this training camp. If you watch the training camps, most plays are dink and dunks and short drives and trying to convert on third downs. So, of course, he's not going to go for it all on every snap. But when he did throw the football deep, you've seen the arm strength and how far the football goes with Eason. And that's just going to make you convinced, be like, yeah, this is the guy we're going to rock with when the season opens and until Carson Wentz returns. Like I said, Ehlinger is a good quarterback. He's really good. Mobile and everything, can definitely throw in the money. Very accurate with his short passes and medium passes. But the deep accuracy really isn't there. And we all have noticed that. And it's okay because he's not that type of quarterback. It's okay to be a dink and dunk. Hey, Alex Smith is not a go-for-it-all type of quarterback, but he's a very good style quarterback if you want that guy to be a system quarterback for your team. He's definitely a good, Alex Smith type quarterback with mobility. That's Sam Ehlinger right there. And Jacob Eason's a big arm. He's a gunslinger. And, when you look at the move that we made with Carson Wentz, of course, he fits Frank Reich's scheme, but he's a gunslinger as well. And I think that's just what we're looking for QB1 for the Colts. Now, like I said, this might not be the best move, but, you can't go wrong with either pick because they're not your real number one quarterback. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to that selection, Eason he has my vote for that part. He definitely has my vote. Like I said, when you look at Carson Wentz gameplay, he loves to target the tight ends. But there's a different scenario when you look at Jacob Eason out of this training camp. What I've noticed is that he loves targeting his wide receivers. And that's one thing we got to look for going into the season. Carson Wentz loves to target the tight ends, and we're going to see good production from Jack Doyle, Mo Alley-Cox, and Granson. But when you looked at Jacob Eason, he targeted Michael Pittman Jr. a lot in camp. He targeted him a lot. Even Paris Campbell was taking the wheels off on the defense. He targeted him a lot as well. He hit a few times to Zachary Pascal. Can't be mad at that. Patman had he had a quiet training camp, but he was really good as well. And he did hit the tight ends as well, though. But I felt like the wide receivers were targeted more when Eason was behind the pocket. Now, of course, you guys are going to bring up the interceptions, but when you look at those picks, they were like 5-yard interception, pick sixes, and those things. They were never really deep balls or medium passes because Eason's arm's so good, that's how he would just put it on the money. He's just that good. But, he's not the best out of the camp. It's definitely coming down to the two between Ehlinger and Eason due to Morton being cut. And Huntley's still there, but I don't think he's winning the contest. But yeah, Eason definitely has the favorite in this vote. Michael Strachan. When you look at this quarterback competition, there are certain players that are going to make you look good, whether you are Eason or Sam Ehlinger or even Huntley. Mike Strachan is really one of those guys because he is so tall and athletic and can catch the football. He makes both of those guys look good when the ball's going to him. Even Michael Pittman Jr., with the height and the ability to catch the football, he literally makes both of them look good when the ball's going to him no matter what. It's just as simple as that. We've seen the play of Michael Pittman Jr. on one-on-one with Xavier Rhodes We've seen Mike Strachan one-on-one with Xavier Rhodes. We've seen these things happen. Even Kenny Moore, when he was one-on-one with Michael Pittman Jr. Kenny Moore could have had the pick, but the pass was just on the money to Pittman Jr. He just back of the end zone caught it. When Strachan was lined up with Xavier Rhodes, one hand catch, it was just on the money. There's nothing you can do with that. It's certain players that can bring out the ability of a quarterback, no matter how good or bad you are. And it just goes to prove to some of you guys that this training camp with Sam Ehlinger, the balls he was throwing to these targets, like they're just good enough to go get it. And that's why I was like, you can't really underestimate Eason's ability to be QB1 over Ehlinger. Like I said, Ehlinger's nice, but it's just certain guys, when you target them, they're going to go get it no matter what or how difficult the pass may be. I think Eason's just, with the bigger arm and the height, I will take him as QB1 going into the season. Now, like I said, you can't go wrong with either or because, they're not going to be perfect. They both have inconsistencies. It's just as simple as that. They both have inconsistencies. So, whoever you go with, it's just pick your poison. You have a running back committee team. Why would you go use a mobile quarterback, even though it'd be nice? But I think Eason has a little bit mobility in him too, from training camp experience, from what I've seen. He has a little ability, not like Sam, but he has a little. But it won't be really used a lot, to my knowledge. But when you look at Coach Frank Reich, he has a deep playbook. Hey, who knows? He might run both of them in the same game at once. Just to switch it up and give a different identity. Coach Frank is known for doing things like that. So, you're going to have Eason to start, but he may split the reps with Sam. He just may. I wouldn't count it out. I wouldn't doubt it. Like I said, I would like to see that. But, I wouldn't expect that to happen every game. You know what I mean? So, I think, Sam coming off the bench, Jacob starting, not an issue. Hey, you have no complaints with me. Some people may think otherwise, and I totally understand that. You are entitled to your own opinion when it comes to this situation at the QB. Like I said, it's unfortunate Wentz went down and left this situation with us, but it is what it is. Like I said, before we even acquired Wentz, most fans wanted Jacob Eason to start anyway, even before we drafted Sam Ehlinger, because nobody even knew who the backup was going to be. Most people wanted Jacob Eason to start. Why? Because we just wanted to see him on the field. He was just rotting on the bench in his rookie season. Redshirted, never had a chance to play, which is unfortunate due to, protocols and everything last season. He didn't even have a preseason. So I'm thinking this year is pretty much his rookie year. It's just as simple as this is his rookie year. And he's get to go out. He's going to have some goods. He's going to have some bads. But I just want him to play. I want him to be QB1. I want to see what he looks like. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Who is the real QB1? You can let me know your thoughts about both of their training camps as well. Let me know your whole thoughts in the comment section. Until next time, this is Marcus, and you've been Culture Shock.